Hey fellas, it's 265 Chevy here, two-car garage. How y'all doing today? Well, just upstairs, went and got some materials and stuff, and I was watching Darren's video, and he said, hit a record button. So, came down and hit a record button. Let me show y'all where I'm at, what's going on. So, here we go. Let me turn this around. Alright, I got the shelving up, and I have that. I got that ready for the lights. Hold on, sorry for the shaky cam. Put that up for the lights, so the lights can go on. So that's ready to be installed. But got another issue. See, ran the electrical. I had to reroute it, so I ran that. But then I went and bought something, and this is probably going to have to be kind of redone, reconfigured, because it ain't going to work. And I'm going to look for y'all and tell me if y'all think this is going to work. But this is what I went and bought. Got a pretty good deal on it. I went and bought my air system. Let me see. It's a two-stage, and there you go. And this is how it runs. The air runs through here, goes through this filter. And when I bought it, I didn't realize this thing was so big. To be honest with y'all, I kind of made a mistake. But I think it's a little bit overkill for what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it. But and then the air comes out here. I'm gonna run it through the motor guard, the filter, and then it'll come out here and just regulate it. This right here I've been having for a few years, and this is an oiler and everything. So so that's it's a Cam Air. I think it's made by DeValvis, if I'm not mistaken. It's let's see what let me read it. Go up in there. Can't say that word right there. It's a decadent filter. I think that's how you say it. Desiccant. It's a desiccant filter. You know, it's supposed to help you get all the moisture out the air and everything. And I know I'm going to have a lot of moisture in my garage and everything because I'm in Louisiana. So, but I actually thought that the filter was a lot smaller. So, and then, like I said, I bought this a few years ago. It's just a oiler right here, and it's a water catcher right here. But this is the way it's going to work. But this is what I went and bought today. I went and bought some angle iron, some 2-inch, 1/8-inch steel, and some flat bar. Went and bought some of that. And what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to put it in this corner right here. And probably come down from underneath there 3 feet, try to connect it to this beam right here, and I'm gonna connect it underneath there to that beam, probably about 3 feet out, and then I'm gonna come down, you know, like a box, all the way across, and it's gonna be like that. So 3 feet by 3 feet, I kind of think it'll work. And what I'm worried about, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna bolt it to here, bolt it to here, and then I'm also gonna bolt it up there. And what I guess my concerns is that that filter, this throwing thing right here, probably weighs a good 40 pounds. At least I think it weighs up a good 40, maybe even 50. This thing's pretty heavy duty. This thing's pretty, you know, heavy. But but I'm gonna make it out of the steel, and then I'm going to use 16 gauge metal and cap it off. And you know, so it's going to do like a square. I'm sorry, it's going to do like a square. So actually it's going to like kind of sit right up in this area. So actually it's going to be free floating right here. The only support it's going to have, it's going to be on this beam and on that beam. So I figure if I bolt it there and bolt it here, then also weld it to here and weld it to there, that, and it's going to be a metal frame, and then with some, you know, cross members or whatever to, you know, like an X on the back side to give it strength. I'm sorry about looking at the wall, but to give it some strength that it should hold that 40-pound thing. So some of the work that I did is going to have to be reconfigured, because I actually thought that the filter that I wanted to get to go with the motor guard was smaller than that. And I kind of felt that I kind of had the same idea, but you know, I didn't think that it was going to weigh so much that that I could just, you know, bolt it up or whatever, and it would hold it. And pretty much what it's going to do, it's going to have two different airlines. Okay, the main airline is going to come out, it's going to tee off, and then it's going to go to the oiler, and everything is going to go to this reel. Okay, this reel is going to be used for just all my tools, you know, my air tools and everything else like that. And then I'm going to have another line that comes off that's just going to be used for air guns, you know, paint guns, because I can't put no oil with the paint guns. So that way all my tools will get oil every time I use it, because just right here, my little finish gun the other day when I was using it, kind of locked up on me. You know, even though I put oil in them every time I finish using them and stuff like that, it's still locked up a little bit on me because it's probably getting water and stuff in it. You know, it's stupid not to. You know, I bought that little oiler from Harbor Freight. What, $10, something like that? Maybe, you know, $10, $12. It really wasn't that much. But and that was a few years ago. So I've been having that. So it's kind of crazy not to put that into the system. But that's where the filter's going to go. And I really want to get all the water out the lines and everything. And I figured that I'm going to put that up first, and before I run my airlines. And that's where so I'll be able to run my airlines straight, so I know where I have to run them to. You know, so I think 3 feet kind of goes right about here somewhere. So this is gonna this pipe's either gonna have to be moved forward, or the pipe's gonna have to be moved back to fit right behind there, because I wanted to kind of fit a little further back. And now, you know, somebody told me that, you know, I could run a pole all the way to the ground, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to take up any wall space. So I want to kind of put it high, and then I don't have to worry about it, and then just unbolt it whenever I have to change the cartridge or whatever. But that really shouldn't be any problem, because the amount of work that I do up in here, that cartridge should last for years. You know, so like I said, it's probably overkill, but something bigger is better than you know, something smaller that, you know, that's not really going to do the job. So I'd rather have something that'll do the job a little bit more than what, you know, what it's called for. So I mean, max pressure is 200 psi, you know, so I'm only pushing up 175 out of my compressor, but this will definitely hold it. And you know, talking to the guy that I got it from, you know, these are used mostly in paint boots and stuff like that. So this is actually a system that actually is used. It's the most common. I know whatever I'm doing probably we even have to use it. You know, motor guard will probably just be fine, but I'm still getting water and everything in my tools, and I would like to try to get the air as dry as possible, because I got some sandblasting to do, and I was having some problems with that when I was trying to do some sandblasting, with the sand getting kind of wet and stuff. So this way I can hook it up straight from the main side that's got real good fresh air, and all that, you know, won't get wet. Now here we go though. Now, this is something that I've never ever done. I can cut all this stuff with no problems. I can drill all the holes with no problems. But I've never ever used a welder. Now I got a good friend of mine that he's a fireman also, and in fact he's just kind of new to the engine house, and he's renovating an old firehouse. I mean, huge. This place is big. Now I don't know if he's gonna let me take videos of the firehouse or whatever. I'm gonna ask him, but he knows how to weld real good. So he's gonna let me go over to his shop, and he's gonna show me how to weld. You know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get it all up. I already got the 16 gauge metal flat pieces of panel that go, you know, go over the box. If you think of the box, you know, square, and just lay it flat over it. And then we're gonna weld all this together. And then he's also you know, told me to bring over some scrap metal and stuff, which I have, and he's gonna show me the techniques of, you know, different kind of welding and stuff like that, so I can at least get my feet wet. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm not going to use this welder. I'm going to probably use his. I don't have to drag that all over there and everything. Hopefully I can get videos of his shop and this this monstrosity that he's redoing. He's been redoing it for 3 years. You know, I mean, if you think of a firehouse, they're usually pretty big. And this thing is 150 years old, 180 years old. This is a really old building. So this should be pretty cool. Hopefully he lets me do a video. But I'm gonna go do that, and that'll probably be sometime this week. And then what I'm gonna do, and this is just me, fellas. I'm not saying that it has to be done, but after it's all built and together and everything, then you know, I'm gonna scuff it all down and you know, shoot a little paint on it. And I'm actually not going to use the paint guns. That I'm just going to use some rattle can or whatever, you know, to be honest with y'all, just to, you know, shoot some paint on it and, you know, make it a little better, make it look a little better than what it's supposed to look. But we'll see how that is. I got a couple ideas with that. I'm not going to yank out the paint guns just for that, you know, primer and all that other shit, all that other stuff. You know, I don't want to go too nuts, but you know, so I want to do that. So I mean, that is all done up there. I still got to stain it. The light, which is over here, the light's already put together. I already got the light together, so the light just got to go up. And then when I weld, I mean, all this is fastening down and everything. But when I weld up there, I'm gonna have to unfasten it because that's made of wood. Up there, that's made of wood. So I'm gonna have to kind of raise it up, so when I, you know, kind of put some tacks up in there or whatever I'm gonna do. And I'll probably do all that myself, you know, so I don't, you know, burn the wood or everything, you know, so it don't catch on fire. Don't want to do that. And then, you know, I hate to burn down the garage when I'm a fireman. So probably, you know, unfasten it and raise it up, and then you know, do some welding or whatever else. And I've been watching you, Darren, doing your firewall. This firewall here has already been completely stripped to metal at one time. It's got a couple of, that's really rattle can on it, you know, all that right there, all that's pretty much rattle can, so I'm gonna take all that off. But you know, that Nova's going to come out really good. Those A-arms really look nice. I wish my A-arms looked like that. At one time they did. They all was nice and clean and everything else. But they're all dirty and funky now. It's my line lock, you know, and that's my my fuel my fuel regulator. You know, I had this actually was going to be you know, a car show, race car kind of thing. Still kind of go that way, but you know, I'm more like the way Darren's looking at them, kind of out of the racing part of it now, and just going to pretty much just try to make this a cruiser. Don't really want to make the video too long. I actually came down here just to do a power hour. You can see everything's kind of all in a disarray. So this is really the next project I'm going to start. It's really part of this project. When I first originally thought of it, I thought it was going to slap together a lot easier than what it is now. I got this other section to do, and you know, cut metal and all this other crap, and you know, never really thought I'd be doing all that, but it's what I got to do. It's really the only place I can put it, and it'll be out of the way. I try to do things that try to keep stuff out of the way. I try to keep only limit so much room in this garage. Only got 525 square feet. So everything that I do is kind of thinking, try to, you know, where I can put things and how I can organize them to a point where, you know, they'll be out of the way until I need them, and when I need them, then I'll be able to get them and use them and stuff. But I figured I would hit the record button and see, you know, what we're doing. So that's what I'm doing, and should be this should work. I should be able to paint anything that I want to paint with no problems, I would think. But if y'all, any of y'all have any better ideas about putting that up there, please post a comment. Tell me what y'all think about the oiler idea, having it separate from the, I'm pretty sure that's a good idea, that have it completely separate from the main system, and it'll run all through that line, and it'll be able to do all my tools and everything while I'm using them, you know, because sometimes you do forget to oil your stuff, and you know, and they get all bad and rusty on the inside. You got those very tight tolerances inside, you know. Zeke's been not feeling too good lately. He's been throwing up and stuff like that. Looks like he's feeling a little bit better today, but that's what my mom. But I just wanted to give y'all a little update, fellas. This is what I'm working on. Tomorrow I got to work on Tuesday, so I ain't really gonna do anything tonight. I'm just down here for a few hours, and just try to clean up a little bit, get ready for the next part of this, and then hopefully, you know, hopefully by the end of the week or the beginning of next week, that should be up and done, and then I'll give y'all a video of how that is, how I plumbed it, and then everything else like that. And then after that, the only thing I really need to do is I decided I'm gonna go with copper. I'm gonna go with 3/4 inch copper, all the way up, all the way over, and come back down about 2 inches, and come up here, make a drop right about here to get to the filtering system, and that's where the drop is. And then I'm gonna run it the rest of the way, and then run it down. There's gonna be a water valve on this side. There's gonna be a water valve that runs all the way down to get all the water out the lines right there, and there's also gonna be one over there, and that should be right around about 50 feet of pipe, I would think. So that should work out fine. Shouldn't be enough to be able to cool it down and get the humidity out the air. So y'all give me any comments. Oh yeah, well, another thing too, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run the main line from the compressor. When I push it back, run it all the way up, and then I'm gonna run it all the way over, but I'm gonna drop it probably about 2 inches on that side. So it has a drop about 2 inches, then I'm gonna drop it 2 more inches, and I'm gonna come all the way over with another 2-inch drop, so the water's always gonna come down a slope. So I think that's gonna work. If y'all think that maybe I should have a more of a drop than that, you know, more than 2 inches, then let me know. This is probably about 20 feet or 20 something feet, this whole back wall, so somewhere around there. But I think a 2-inch drop for about 22 feet I think should be enough. You know, I think they said a 4-inch drop for 50 feet, so I'm probably dropping a little bit more than what I have to, but that way the water should flow down. So those are my ideas. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Either way, you like it or you don't like it. You know, I'm crazy or whatever. You know, any comment is a good comment, even though it might be a bad one. You know, everybody don't have to agree, and I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with that. That's how you learn, because I really don't know what I'm doing here, fellas. I'm just going piece by piece and trying to do it right. Sometimes, you know, I'm usually kind of nervine and stuff. Sometimes I go a little bit, you know, overboard, but that's okay too. Well, y'all have a good week, and I hope, you know, all your projects are going good, and I hope life is going good, and y'all take it easy, and I look forward to talking to y'all. Bye bye.